Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman, my favorite character.
I think that sweet old man.
Aw, what a sweet old man. Alright, kids, welcome back to the first episode of We Are the Night, the Batman podcast for 2025. I am Phil, joining me, as always, that generational villain it is. That's right, and for Byrne January, which many of the shows are doing, we're going to be doing, the 3 mini-series for Batman Superman Generations. So yes, this time we'll be doing Batman Superman Generations. Should be a 1 behind it, but... Oh my! Oh my! And I wish Lilith was on camera so I could see the eye rolls.
You'll hear him.
Alright, so... Yes, let's jump into these. There's a lot of goodness in these. Alright.
It's a strange definition of goodness you got going there.
Oh my! I was like, you know how many times the guy's told me he's had something good and it's been, Alright, so... Batman and Superman Generations #1 from January 1999. Oh, we can party like it's 1999.
I always do.
Writer... Oh god. Why do they do... They have like... Oh, well, I guess some of the credits changed. But alright, for the first chapter, writer, penciler, inker, and letterer John Byrne, colorist Patricia Mulvihill, and editor...
It's the same people for Family Matters, too. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah. At first I thought it was different, but yeah. So, I don't know why they split it up like that. Alright, see. Alright.
I think they were going through that whole Superman suit where everybody had to get credit.
Oh, maybe.
I love that it's an imaginary, by the way.
Yes,
because
the rest of them are so real.
Not even an Elseworlds.
It's an Elseworlds, yes. Alright, so the first chapter is 1939, The Vigilantes. Bruce Wayne and his, oh god, it's in quotes even, honey, Julie, arrive via private autogyro at the Metropolis World's
Julie
Fair.
Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Gardner Fox and Bob can't have a ball.
Oh my. But yeah, arrive at the Metropolis World's Fair, only to be caught in the path of an Electrox, a mechanical man on a rampage. Electrox has been taken over by the Ultra Humanite, a frail old man in a wheelchair who is nevertheless a ruthless criminal mastermind. Just before Julie is crushed, Superman arrives and stops the primitive robot. Later that night, Wayne, his guise as the Batman, searches...
The Bat-man!
Exactly. What in the name of Stanley? Searches for clues at the fair and encounters Daily Star reporters Lois Lane and Clark Kent.
Ooh, that doesn't feel right, bro.
Again, trying to make everything count. They're trying to make everything count. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Looking for the drop. I don't know if I can find it.
It's too many pages. It's okay.
Doesn't feel right, bro.
It's so salty.
There you go.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Oh, dare you.
Suck it. It's funny because it's the other feed.
Yes. Alright, so yeah, Daily Star reporters. A piece of metal alloy discovered by Lane leads to an altercation that night and a convergence the next...
Oh, don't say that word.
I'm sorry.
Why'd you say that word?
The next day of Lane, the civilian Wayne, and the Ultra Humanite's henchman. Lane is kidnapped, but Wayne is saved by the intervention of a young circus acrobat named Dick Grayson. The Batman later locates one of the henchmen and coerces the location of Ultra Humanite's hideout from him with some unexpected help from Superman. The two mystery men invade Ultra's HQ, which is hidden under the World's Fair, but the bad guys make their escape in a rocket ship built into the Pyramax. They start the countdown on a bomb hidden in a hyperglobe, but Superman is able to throw the globe at the fleeing rocket and kill two birds with one stone.
He didn't save him.
It's 1939. I didn't kill him. Gravity did.
What's that? If I known you were there to catch him, I wouldn't have let him fall.
Oh, I didn't kill him. The sun stopped it. All right. You want to talk about that one, or should we do the next chapter?
We can just go ahead and do it.
Okay. Well, it's like, get it done. All right. So the next one, 1949, Family Matters. A very pregnant.
Did I do that?
Oh, did you hear now he's Jaleel White's running around. I guess he has a new book out, but he's claiming he has a big schlong.
What is happening?
Mm-hmm.
We are in the darkest timeline, bro.
Well, I guess
He needs to keep his Urkelos to himself, bro.
unless he just wants some street cred, because I'm sure everywhere he goes, everyone's like, "Oh, hey, Urkel."
He's like, it's Stefan.
I
I don't know. Jaleel White has been off the game for a while.
A very pregnant Lois Kent has been kidnapped by the Joker, who says that he knows Superman is Clark Kent. Superman bursts.
Oh, he's in the Skeleton Crew, allegedly.
Oh, really?
His voice?
Yeah. Superman bursts in and the Joker opens a lead-lined safe to reveal kryptonite. Superman is seemingly weakened, but quickly shows he's unaffected and is shot in the back by Lex Luthor. Luthor pulls off a mask to reveal the cowed Batman. And then flashback to the Batcave 24 hours prior. Alfred and Batman are discussing Dick Grayson's imminent departure for college while the Bat Signal awaits a response. Dick appears dressed as Robin, and the two answer Gordon's call as a team for the last time. Tony Gordon, Jim Gordon's son. So,
Not
Gordon.
even Jimmy Jr.
I know. He's already... Jim Gordon's already
what's
gone.
the deal? Like, John Byrne said he wanted to make this one in the same continuity as the Batman Captain America, right? For some reason?
I guess. Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't know, because I don't know if he wants all his stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Guess it's its own.
What a random thing to want to do.
I mean, that was like a World War II thing. I mean, remember, we did that with Kristen, but yeah. So, I mean, if that's in the same universe, that takes place between these two chapters.
Yeah, that's what I'm like trying to like put together here.
Oh, Lord. He just wants a bigger collection.
I guess. I do like all the different kinds of kryptonite in them, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. He tries to make everything that pretty much happens in continuity. It's just, we're aging out in real time here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony Gordon, Jim Gordon's son, has replaced his father's police commissioner with the endorsement of Batman. What, the name of 66? He informs them that the Joker, though...
Duly deputized, Philip.
Exactly. He informs them that the Joker, though, it's been 4 years since we thought he died in that nuclear blast, has been seen at a robbery at the Metallurgical Institute. I'm trying to remember, was there a nuclear blast in that Batman Captain America? Maybe that's what they're talking about. Because that'll be 1945. Yeah. Initially puzzled because the Joker is only interested in wealth and the Institute has no precious metals, Batman believes he's found the answer in a connection to Superman. Batman and Robin take the Batjet to Metropolis where they meet up with the Man of Steel. Back to the present, Superman is creeping Robin out by mimicking Luthor's voice as they watch the scene from a nearby rooftop. Superman starts to go in despite the danger from the green kryptonite, but Robin has another plan. The two villains relate to Lois how Luthor freed the Joker from the Siberian labor camp where he had been imprisoned after being captured from Nazi Germany. Also, the Joker could steal something even more rare than Green K. Just then, Superman enters, hovering above the floor, and announces he'll allow Luthor to do what he wants if Lois is freed. Luthor gloats while Joker drags Lois behind a lead shield, ostensibly to protect the unborn child. Just as Luthor is about to open a second lead-lined safe that contains gold kryptonite, stripping Superman of his powers forever, a heat vision blast melts the safe into slag. The real Superman shows himself, and the second Superman rips off his disguise to reveal Robin. So Batman and Robin have disguised themselves as Superman. Joker gets knocked out by Batman, who was secretly saved from the bullet by Superman. Luthor uses the Green K against Superman and attempts to escape in a rocket which blows up, much as happened the first time Luthor encountered the world's finest heroes. In the aftermath, Superman explains to Lois that the elaborate hoax was needed to flush Luthor out of the honeycomb of lead-lined tunnels and trick him into deactivating traps on the safes. Unfortunately, they realized that the baby didn't react to the green K because he had already been exposed to the gold K, permanently realigning his DNA and rendering him human. To spare him of the psychological damage of growing up the human son of Superman, Lois and Clark decide to keep Clark's secret from him forever, because that's not going to blow up in their face.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin return to Gotham, where 1 year later, Alfred is tending bees and reminiscing about Bruce's wedding 6 months ago. His new bride appears and announces she has something to tell Bruce while holding some knitted baby booties.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, it's like, pregnancy? Okay.
True horror. True body horror. Sorry.
Alright, thoughts?
Okay, so like in case people don't know what Generations is, it's John Byrne's brainchild. So they're kind of like looking at the mythos of Superman and Batman as like publishing history and like what the story would be in real world time as they age, and it's like 10-year chapter. I don't know why he did this. I guess because he comes from Marvel and Marvel has done stuff similar.
Maybe. And again, there's like certain guys like him, like Grant Morrison, they want to like try to take everything that's happened since 1939 and make it like matter. Like it happened. Even if it was like a hallucination, it happened.
Yeah, but I don't really like their takes on it. Like I think that's an interesting premise, but like it just can't work in comics.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially with characters.
Especially with DC specifically. Like it's a little easier to do with Marvel. It's way harder to do it with DC. It just is.
Well, yeah, because it's I mean, characters have been around over 80 years. It's like, okay.
Yeah, through so many hands and so many things and so many crises. It's just like, I mean, it's a nice thought and it's an okay enough story.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is definitely like John Byrne loves to put his John Byrne all over everything. And sometimes that rubs me the wrong way, and I think it rubs me just a little bit the wrong way in this one.
Yeah.
Especially the whole thing about like, oh, the baby was exposed to Gold K, so I'm just like,
yeah.
The big blue Boy Scout's gonna lie to his kid forever. Okay.
Sure. It's like you're doing a Silver Age story, but like meanwhile, yeah, things will get dark here soon, kids.
So dark. But it's John Byrne. That's his thing.
Oh yeah. Drawing scantily clad women and yes, making things dark. Yes.
Like I said, things get really weird right now. Like if you just look at the cover, you're like,
yeah.
What the hell?
What, number 2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just that hair on the Joker.
Yeah.
All right. Should we do number 2?
Let's get into it.
All right. So yes, Superman, Batman, Generations, number 2, February 1999. Got this. I think we got the same teams here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All right. So the first chapter is 1959, Strange Days.
Yeah, it was. This is like Superman fighting aliens in space. If you know, you know.
I
love this wacky time for Superman so much.
Oh yeah.
Golden Age and Silver Age are some of my favorite Superman stories. As showcased on Unlimited Justice.
Yeah. So we got to do more of that this year. Yeah.
Yeah. You have your electric mullet era. That's fine.
No, we can do some Golden Age Superman. I mean, we were talking about, more punching Nazis in the face. I mentioned that to Justin, and he said, oh, Justice Society has some of that,
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of it.
Yeah. Batman is...
Both the old and the new one, actually.
Exactly. Batman has followed a wooden building in Gotham City that has somehow sprouted legs.
Enough said.
Enough said. Setting his bat gyro on autopilot, he lassos the building and rides it like a bucking bronco, trying to get it to calm down.
He's like, careful. I'm a pillow princess. Careful.
But Lilith likes the size of a building between her legs.
No, that's too much.
After he does, he calls out to the one he believes is responsible for this trick, Batmite. To his surprise, Mr. McPitalick shows up, revealing himself to be the one. I know. Well, he even says, he's like, at least Batmite, like, he thinks he's helping me. This one, he don't care about nothing.
They could never get this character right in live action, so they should stop trying.
I know. Meanwhile, Jimmy Olsen uses a special mind-communicating machine to get Superman, now turned into a green giant due to exposure to red kryptonite, to put down an ocean liner he has in his hands. Soon the red kryptonite effect wears off and he is back to his normal self. Superman greets Jimmy gratefully on the Daily Planet helicopter roof when Batmite shows up. Look like a giant Frankenstein.
Oof.
I think they mentioned it was Brainiac. We never see Brainiac in this thing yet.
Yeah, bummer. Although Brainiac has been kind of overused.
Yeah, he's getting close to being another Luthor, Zod, Doomsday. Yeah. Again, there's so many other villains he has.
Justice for Bizarro. Although Bizarro's not a bad guy. I don't care. I love Bizarro.
Metallo.
Yeah, Metallo.
They both explain why they now appear to each other's heroes. A couple of space pilots from Epsilon Eridan have taken both imps from their home dimensions to help find a suitable champion that would defeat the Bortan, an alien race that has destroyed many Lunatics and enslaved the rest. Seeing the greatest superheroes of Earth in action, particularly Superman and Batman,
I would have chose Wonder Woman personally, but whatever.
Two Eridanites were chosen for the mission of contacting them, and so they used their technology to bring the two imps on board, knowing how capable they were in testing their own champion's abilities. I know, I'm surprised it's Byrne. You would think you'd want to draw Wonder Woman in this, if nothing else.
Scantily clad.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
The restraint.
I know. There's like no Wonder Woman. There's like hardly any Wonder Woman, no Catwoman. I was like, what's Byrne doing?
It's a sausage fest, baby.
I know. I'm like, Byrne, are you feeling all right?
No, clearly he was not feeling all right when he wrote this.
They were now to test the other's champion so that the Iranidites would know which superhero they should take back home. To prove that neither hero has a choice of backing out, Batmite proceeds on making a giant green monster from a billboard in Metropolis come alive, while Mxyzptlk makes a giant menacing robot appear in Gotham City. At home in the Kent residence, Lois Kent deals with her young daughter, Kara, finding herself floating a few inches off the ground, which is scaring her. Lois finds a special red amulet that emits red solar radiation that she puts around Kara's neck, enabling her to live a normal life. Over at the Wayne estate, Alfred the butler finds his master's son, Bruce Wayne Jr., testing out his Uncle Dick's Robin costume and doing workouts in the Batcave in the hopes that he will someday become the Boy Wonder. As both Batman
the worst thing ever.
I know. As both Superman and Batman struggle with the giant creatures created by the two imps, Superman finally decides to transport both the imp and his monster to Gotham City, where the two monsters end up struggling with each other. Mxyzptlk decides to create an even bigger monster, one that spews flames from its tentacles.
Nothing sparkly, nothing quantum.
I don't think those are tentacles.
As a last-ditch effort for either Superman or Batman to be chosen, Batman is prompted to flee on his bat gyro, but Batmite grabs the flying vehicle, causing Batman to almost be toasted by the giant creature. Superman comes to his rescue, only for both of them to be knocked flat to the ground where they are both crushed. As both Batman and Mxyzptlk argue with each other over how brilliant each other's creation was, the Iranidites hover overhead and decide to take two imps back home with them. As they depart, the monsters vanish and Batman and Superman rise safely from the impact zone. Grateful that the aliens fell for the ruse of their playing dead, and grateful for Superman's split-second timing. Soon after, Lex Luthor appears unto young Joel Kent to tell the lad something.
I am your father.
It's like, oh, happy ending. We sold Mxyzptlk and Batmite into slavery. Okay, goodbye.
Good times.
The Silver Age.
Exactly. That's all you can say. And everybody understands.
Exactly. Oh, jeez. All right, next chapter, 1969, Changing Times.
My favorite chapter.
Oh, my. President Richard Nixon.
Tricky Dicky.
1969, Tricky Dicky.
That reminds me of the Crisis on Earth we did not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Tricky Dicky.
Call the assembled heroes, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Green Lantern, to do something about the picketers outside the White House protesting the Vietnam War. they vocally refuse to, stating that the people have a constitutional right to protest. The president then demands them to stop the war, but Superman says that the issue isn't black or white. After being demanded to leave, Superman talks to Batman, who is now Dick Grayson, about
his boy Dick Grayson.
about Bruce Wayne Jr. About Bruce Wayne Jr.'s decision to retire his identity as Robin to be enlisted as a soldier in the Vietnam War, as well as his
rich people would never. First of all,
I know, as well as his own inability to contact his son Joel Kent ever since he went off the war. At the gravesite,
that's bleak.
Yep. And at the gravesite of Alfred Pennyworth, Bruce Wayne communicates with the ghost of Alfred his own thoughts concerning his son going off the war, as well as those about Batman being too comfortable as a public image to be fear-inducing as it once was. Alfred,
no, you literally kill people low key, so they're still afraid of you.
Exactly. And if they're gonna in the current comics, they're gonna have Alfred being dead. I want Bruce to have conversations with Ghost Alfred. Come on.
I know, bring it back.
I'd be like, I'd be dead, and I still know this is a bad idea.
He knows Constantine, for the love of goodness.
Yes, Ghost Butler. Yes.
No, not Ghost Butler. Now he has to serve an eternity.
Oh my God, can you imagine that story? Oh yeah.
I made a promise to your mother, Bruce.
Oh.
It's giving Harry Potter.
I slept with one man's wife like 50 years ago, and I'm paying
it. Begged me to.
Paying eternity for it. Oh, this is a Twilight Zone episode.
Somebody get Jordan Peele on the line.
He slept with Martha Wade, and now he's, for his punishment, he has to serve Bruce and his offspring for eternity. Oh.
Don't let Jim Lee hear that.
Alfred tells Bruce that there are greater fears in the world to worry about, which is why the people need something that they can rely on, such as the Batman.
If they're relying on Batman, they're in more trouble than I could ever imagine.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne Jr. is helping as Robin to crack the case of the Joker Jr., whom the Joker claims is neither his son nor a trained protege, despite being able to elude the police for years.
The Joker's daughter!
That's what they should have did. I'm surprised Byrne didn't do that. Although, when we get to the end of the story, you see why he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Both he and Dick are frustrated as their last attempt to ascertain the identity of Joker Jr. from the Joker himself proved fruitless. I know. In Metropolis, Lois Kent learns that she now has cancer, which startles the teenage Kara, who is just starting her superheroic career as Supergirl. She tries to assure her mother that her father will find a way to cure her, but Lois already knows the various attempts Superman has tried for cures to diseases were all failures, all of them from alien worlds that only worked on alien physiology. Lois feels resigned to her fate and to die and tells Kara not to talk anymore about it as she flies her mother back home. In Southeast Asia, somewhere near Vietnam, Joel Kent's troops got lost and are beginning to worry that their commanding officer has led them to where they could be ambushed when Joel reappears, stating that he has found a possible village that's hiding Viet Cong troops. Although they lay waste to the village, the troops find no possible evidence for any troops being there and so beg for Joel to order a retreat. Ignoring the request, Joel decides to massacre the survivors in order not to let their commie masters know that the U.S. troops have been there.
I told you Lex Luthor was a spy.
One of Kent's soldiers realizes this has gone far enough as he cocks his pistol, ready to fire. I know, this is getting dark. At the back...
Vietnam was messed up.
Well, yeah. At the Batcave, as they receive a clue from Joker Jr. about paying an old lady of many facets a visit, Bruce Wayne Jr. suggests he is also going disguised as Batman in order to cover more ground, but Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne nix the idea, saying Dick and Bruce Jr. should simply separate and find out what else they can shake out of the Joker. Dick as Batman follows the clue to the to the Gotham Diamond Exchange building where he believes Joker Jr. is going to strike, while Bruce Wayne Jr. as Robin visits the Joker in his jail cell again, only to find a dummy lying under his blanket, a makeup kit hidden under a table, and plans to the Diamond Exchange which include things that weren't included in the original blueprints. Realizing that those new additions could put Batman in danger, Bruce Wayne Jr. quickly races to the Diamond Exchange. Are they glossing over the fact in this story we're calling him BJ?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Dick Grayson as Batman tries to hide out and wait for the Joker Jr. to steal the valuable diamond on display at the exchange when a trap door opens into a narrow shaft lined with razor-sharp blades.
I don't think he would name his son Junior, though. I think he would probably name him after a son.
Yeah, he would.
Or Alfred's middle name or something. Like, I don't know.
Oh, man, I know. Well, this Silver Age-like Batman is quite the egomaniac.
I guess. I think the wife did it.
All right, hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, that wife thing is so weird because they never like name her. They never really tell us who.
Doesn't matter. She's a baby factory.
Ah, true.
She's barefooting in the kitchen where she belongs to.
All right, hold on, Lilith. Hold on, some relatable content for you coming up. Dick falls down the shaft, sliced all the way to the bone, and lands on a cushion in front of Joker Jr., who explains that he has owned the building for 10 years, 6 years longer than he's been operating in Gotham City. Joker Jr. then reveals that he has lined the blades with a blend of hallucinatory drugs, with effects that kick in just as Batman tries to fight the clown prince of crime. The Cape Crusader then falls...
that sounds like my idea of fun.
The Cape Crusader then falls into a giant pie where he thinks he sees...
the meringue
attacking him, but it's actually a nest of machine guns emerging from other pies to shoot him dead. Told you those calories would kill you, kids.
Moment on the lips, death time on the hips.
Oh my! Moment on the lips. Oh. An eternity on the gravestone. Bruce Wayne Jr. as Robin reaches the exchange just as he hears the gunfire going off, and so rushes down the steps in the hopes that he will save Batman. But it is too late. As the police waiting outside finally enter the building, Joker Jr. peacefully surrenders himself to them, taking off fake facial hair and a wig to reveal himself as the original Joker, now proud that he has accomplished his life's task of killing Batman. But his victory is short-lived when Bruce Wayne Jr. emerges as Batman, carrying the dead body of Dick Grayson in Robin's costume, saying that the Joker didn't kill Batman, he killed Robin.
Wasn't with a crowbar this time.
Exactly. No, just machine gun fire, Lilith.
That's quicker.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Ow, you shot me, you a-hole.
Exactly.
At the funeral for Dick Grayson, Bruce Wayne Jr. now contemplates on whether he should go to Vietnam or stay in Gotham to be Batman, as the city now needs Batman more than ever. He decides to let his father have influence to keep him out of the war. Mm-hmm. Clark and Lois advise Kara to finish college before she pursues a career as a superhero alongside Bruce Jr. As the Kents return home, Lois finds a telegraph waiting for them. She is in shock when she reads that Joel Perry Kent is reported as killed in action. Yeah. Although, stay tuned, kids.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Mm-hmm. So, any thoughts on this one?
Wow, start to finish, bro. Just like, I don't know, man. Like, he was definitely smoking Grant Morrison's doobie. Had to be.
Joker masquerading as his own son for like 4 years. Then
That's commitment to the bit.
I know.
I appreciate it.
And then he would go back to prison to hide. He's like, alibi.
He was we all know the haciendas underneath our.
Oh, yes.
I accept that canon forever and for always. Nobody can take it from me.
I want that. Yes. Wish Byrne would have threw that in. And I'm assuming
these are okay stories. Like, okay, like I understand what he's trying to do, but I don't know. Just the fact that it's Byrne trying to do it, like I said, putting his Byrne all over everything, dragging poor Batman into it.
Yes. And I assume since we never see them again, yeah, it's like Batmite and Mxyzptlk are just, again,
sold into slavery forever and for always.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their impish powers, they'll get out. They'll get out of that. Now, that's the side story I would love to see.
Oh, how funny would that be? It'd just be like, yeah, don't come back, or we'll sell you in the human trafficking again if you come back.
Yeah, we already talked about so.
Well, we got 2 more to do.
I know.
I know. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We got plenty to talk about. All right, you ready for number 3?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Twilight of the Gods. I mean, it's a better, actually, the actual story of Twilight of.
Oh my! All right, Kate. So
same team.
Yep, I was gonna say, man, some of that cover give away some stuff.
Yeah, I like the cover though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So 1979, Twilight of the Gods. As Lois Lane is in the hospital undergoing treatments for cancer, she rejoices with her husband Clark that the marriage of Bruce Wayne Jr. and Kara Kent is now public news.
They joined their houses.
Mm-hmm. as Dr. Hollert enters the room, promising that he will enable Lois.
Dick hurts.
Whoa!
Sorry.
Lilith's personal physician.
Cock rubbing wiener.
Yeah, but the doctor promises Lois will live long enough to see the wedding. It's like, well, yeah, this ain't long.
What is this? How I Met Your Mother?
Leaving Lois in Dr. Hollert's care while he returns to take care of the Daily Planet, Clark changes into Superman, revealing that his human old age is nothing more than mere makeup used to hide his still youthful appearance.
That has to suck for Lois.
Isn't that your dream come true? The guy will always look 25?
No, when I'm all decrepit. Hell no. When I finally settle down, it's going to be somebody that's old and weak and feeble that I can beat up.
Hey, Ray's already taken.
There's plenty of Rays.
Lil's like, they all play with their decks. Come on.
Exactly.
Oh,
Here's Brainiac finally.
Oh, yeah. Flying into the newspaper storage room, Superman hides back in the makeup of old Clark Kent as he emerges from it. On board Brainiac's ship, Bruce Jr. as Batman and Kara as Supergirl work together to prevent the computerized tyrant from taking over Earth by causing his ship to implode. After Batman performed his tinkering with the ship, Supergirl pushed it far from Earth's orbit before it collapsed in on itself. Grabbing Batman's ship to keep him from being sucked into the singularity, the collapsed ship created prior to its
the couple that kills together stays together.
Well. Meanwhile, on Earth and Metropolis, Jimmy Olsen tells Clark Kent that he is retiring from the Daily Planet and will soon go on to work as a novelist. In the Himalayas, Bruce Wayne finds himself taken captive by the very being he was searching for, Ra's al Ghul.
Oh.
Yeah. That's going to be good news. Bruce Wayne finds himself back in Gotham. Bruce Jr.'s mother visits him, saying that she will never miss out on her son's wedding just because she and her former husband had differences. I know, but doesn't Bruce Jr. just think, oh hey, yeah, I was wondering because I haven't seen mom in 4 years. It's like, well, don't act like your mother of the years.
He's enjoying that alimony. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm sure they're having those widow parties. How long? Oh, he's in the mountains. I'm sure he's dead. Yeah.
Like, ma'am, you have to wait 7 years to declare. No, do it now.
7 years, 7 days.
We were on a break.
7 years, 7 days. What's the difference? He's an old man. He can't climb those mountains. During this visit, as Bruce Jr.'s mother goes back inside his penthouse apartment to get the wedding present she intended to show him, Kara shows up in her Supergirl costume, removing her black wig and taking Bruce Jr. high above the buildings to make love with him. There's the burn of it. There's the burn of it all.
He showed some respect.
But, I mean, not to get too inside baseball, but I'm just like, she's wearing a skirt. Why does she have to take the whole thing off?
Maybe it's like a unitard with a snap underneath. She just likes to feel the sun on her skin, you know? She is a Kryptonian being, after all.
The wind in her hair, Lilith.
Exactly. Hell, if I had a penthouse, I'd definitely be doing it out on the balcony, getting some fresh air.
Oh, my. Dropping her Supergirl costume on Bruce Jr.'s mother as she reemerges. That's the worst part. Just dropping your clothes on the mother's head.
Yikes.
It's your boy, but he ain't no baby no more. In yet another place, a warrior in a green and purple battlesuit prepares himself and tries to bring comfort to an Asian woman protesting his desire before he flies off. The wedding finally takes...
Green and purple battlesuit, you say?
The 80s of it.
Oh, whoever could that be?
Well, or who's helping him, huh? The wedding finally takes place at Wayne Manor, and everyone is in happy spirits, with Dr. Hollert invited to the event as repayment for his services in keeping Lois alive.
I saved your life from cancer, and you only invited me to a billionaire's party. Thanks.
Yeah, here's a really nice dinner. Thanks for keeping her alive. Suddenly, a man wearing green and purple armor attacks Clark Kent with kryptonite radiation, making it impossible for him to breathe and exposing Clark as Superman. Kara quickly chases into Supergirl in public, believing the masked armored man to be Luthor, and is ready to confront him, but he blasts her away a great distance with a powerful burst of energy from his chest.
Ew.
Oh my. After he flies off to deal with Supergirl, Clark and Lois find themselves trapped in a force field with Dr. Holert. As Bruce Jr. goes off in the hopes of going after Luthor, Dr. Holert reveals himself to be Luthor, casually pushing the weakened Clark aside and breaking Lois's neck before he transports himself away.
Talk about a cold-hearted snap.
Man, what a dick. He kept her alive for years. Then he's like, hey, guess what? All that work I did, snap. Man, what a dick.
Gotta love you some Luthor. He's committed to the bit.
Oh, yeah.
So that chicken. I don't think that drop is appropriate.
I know. But the Armored Man finds Supergirl in a spot where she crashed down and causes his armor to break apart, revealing himself to be Joel Kent. Believed to be dead, but is now alive. He tells Kara that though his troops shot him and left him for dead, a Vietnamese woman found him and nursed him back to life. When she contacted Lex Luthor, whom Joel considered to be a father to him, she came home with Joel and became his wife. It is then that Joel engages in a fight with his sister Kara, saying that their father purposely exposed him to gold kryptonite for fear that his son would have greater powers than his own, powers that Lex Luthor had seemingly restored unto Joel, which he demonstrates by plunging his hand into Kara's chest, ripping her heart out.
You get a vibrating hand, and you get a vibrating hand.
I know. Lilith, that's going to do.
You get a vibrating hand, and you get a vibrating hand.
Oh, he didn't vibrate nothing, man. He just punched right through. As Batman finds and mourns over his dead wife's corpse, Joel returns unto Luthor, finding his body beginning to shrivel up. Luthor then revealed to Joel that it's the side effect of the formula that he gave to Joel to restore his powers, a side effect that he claimed Superman had lied about when he told his son he couldn't find a way to restore his powers without killing him. Superman sooner after arrived, finding his son dead and angry enough to kill Luthor when Luthor transports himself away yet again, revealing his form to be nothing more than a hologram. Joel's wife, Melee Kent, appears, showing Superman his grandson, her and Joel's son, whom he discovers also has no powers. Bruce Wayne Jr. as Batman shows up, telling Clark that his grandson will no longer carry the burden that Joel did, and also saying that even as they both suffered losses in their families, this may be the opportunity for them to rebuild and start anew. Okay.
Damn, that's bleak.
So yeah, how dark this is? Yes, Superman, yes, both his children and his wife are dead, and yes, the new Batman's wife is dead.
But like even bleaker, the next story.
Oh.
The president is absent.
Oh, I knew that was going to catch you, yes. All right, kids, 1989, Crime and Punishment. President Harold Jordan watches in disbelief a transmitted video recording of Superman, now with graying temples and a black border around his S symbol, as he strikes Lex Luthor dead with a piece of metal piercing his body and hitting the computer behind him, electrocuting him. So it's not a lot. I'm going to stab you and electrocute you.
Just to make sure.
Exactly. He knew Superman had undergone such a tragedy, losing family members and having his secret identity exposed, which would eventually drive Superman to such an extreme, drastic action. Nevertheless, the president takes his cabinet to a secret place built at great taxpayer cost, where it houses a sample of green kryptonite that Superman had entrusted the United States president since the time he gave it to Richard Nixon to use in case Superman would ever become a danger to humanity.
A little callback.
I think they even call it, the irony, he trusted Nixon.
Tricky Dicky.
Will's like, never trust them tricky dickies.
Tricky Dicky.
Why do we have a drop for that?
Because.
It was just a really nice package.
Why do we have?
Rumpy Pumpy.
Well, because the hard master.
Well, yeah.
The Hard Master. Exciting times to be a pimp.
However, upon reaching the chamber, which required the use of special radioactive suits to even approach, the president discovers that the kryptonite sample is gone. Meanwhile, Bruce Jr. as Batman flies that Batplane towards Superman's Fortress of Solitude with the stolen kryptonite sample, ready to use against Superman should he find him inside the fortress. Unfortunately, his tri-dye scanner is unable to pick up Superman's unique biosignature in the fortress, so Batman resorts to a bit of vandalism of the fortress artifacts to get Superman's attention, though he pauses when he sees the statue of his dead wife, Kara, as Supergirl. Suddenly, Superman emerges and fights Bruce Jr., who then notices that the Man of Steel isn't fighting at his full strength and is now sustaining wounds from Batman's blows. Superman then tells Bruce Jr. that he is now no longer Kryptonian, that his powers have been stripped away. Superman explains how this happened, as he had spent the past 10 years looking for Lex Luthor and not being able to find him. He suddenly discovers him hiding out in a metallic structure and flies in, ready to deal him justice. Luthor then shows Superman various deaths that have occurred since he had been so busy tracking down Luthor. First Jimmy Olsen, then his wife Lucy, then their 2 children, then Perry White Jr., deaths that he himself had orchestrated.
Why would John Byrne do this?
It's John
He's
Byrne.
absolutely a menace.
I know.
Yeah, and Perry White Jr. was just minding his business, man.
I know. I mean, at least Jimmy's like the best friend. It's like Perry White Jr. But like, my dad worked with them like 50 years ago. Why am I getting attacked?
What did I do?
Exactly. As Superman grabs Luthor out of the wheelchair single-handedly, he groans in pain as his shoulder is now dislocated. Luthor reveals that the gold cuffs he is wearing are made of gold kryptonite, and that the wheelchair is simply to help him conserve energy long enough for him to exchange minds with Superman. This part leaves Superman puzzled until Luthor tells him that the person inhabiting Luthor's body is actually his old nemesis, the Ultra-Humanite. He now takes Superman back to their last encounter to explain how he survived. Again, 1939, kids. As the rocket he and his henchman Lex Luthor tried to escape and was destroyed, his robot servants found the bodies of both the Ultra-Humanite and Luthor in the wreckage. Ultra-Humanite's body was destroyed, but his brain is still alive, whereas Luthor's brain was destroyed, but his body survived. Using his robot servants, the Ultra-Humanite surgically transplanted his brain into Luthor's body. But as there was a glitch, the transplant was imperfect, and the Ultra-Humanite was stuck in a body that was aging. Now the Ultra-Humanite has the equipment to transfer minds between bodies, with which he hopes to use to transfer his mind into Superman's body and gain all his powers. As Superman tries to stop Ultra-Humanite from using the machine, he finds out that the villain has encased him in an electrical cage where he hopes to keep him in until the transference is complete. Superman realizes at this point there's no way out until he sees a piece of metal on the floor next to him, and so distracts the Ultra-Humanite by getting him to tell Superman how he managed to evade him all these years. The Ultra-Humanite simply tells Superman that he skipped over the years through a time warp he created. As the villain gets ready to use the mind-transferring machine, Superman picks up the piece of metal and strikes the Ultra-Humanite, hoping to pin him to the machine. Instead, he accidentally caused it to electrocute his adversary, which shuts down the electrical cage. Superman then used one of the Ultra-Humanite's flying machines to retreat to the Fortress of Solitude, only to discover that the villain had his death purposely recorded in order to frame Superman, and then had the machine's electrical components fused beyond repair to destroy all evidence of Superman's innocence. Despite this, Superman chose to appear before a governmental grand jury and declare himself guilty of killing Ultra-Humanite as Lex Luthor, stating that he feared his emotional state at the time may have led him to commit this action. With the judge unable to sentence Superman to a suitable punishment for Earth criminals, Batman presents an alternative for his case: 10 years in the Phantom Zone. As the judge permits, Batman activates the Phantom Zone projector and watches as his friend and mentor vanishes, saying that hopefully in 10 years, Batman will make the world a better place. You know, Batman's ever made the world a better place. Alright, thoughts?
I mean, holy fucking shitballs, bro. Like, literally the darkest timeline. You think we live in a bad time? That is the darkest timeline in DC ever to have known.
I know.
Wow. Like, Byrne was on one. He was like, I want to burn it all down. And they were like, just make this an Elseworlds. Matter of fact, don't even say it's an Elseworlds. It's an imaginary story.
This is almost like, this is a crisis that's going to reboot everything. Something.
Everyone loves cocaine.
And they pulled
Booger Sugar, little Mephisto's mushrooms. A lot was going on in that bullpen.
And they did it. They did the opposite of Silver Age Supergirl, where this time she's wearing a black wig over blonde hair.
Yeah, I like that.
Although, where the hell did she get blonde hair at? Natural blonde hair at?
I think it's a dominant Kryptonian trait.
Maybe. Say neither of them parents had one. Or... Oh no, well, Aunt Lucy was blonde.
For some reason.
Oh Lord. Yeah, the ultra-humanized Lex Luthor managed to transport himself from 1979 to 1989. He says he discovered a unique field effect generated from radiating acetylsalicylic acid at a 108 megahertz frequency. Acetylsalicylic acid is an ingredient found in aspirin, while 108 megahertz is the upper end of the FM radio band frequencies.
Just gobbledygook junk science.
So, John Byrne, yes, had Luthor create a time machine out of aspirin and a FM radio.
Radio waves. Gotta love it. I feel like John Byrne is probably low-key a conspiracy theorist.
Maybe.
Cause that's some tinfoil hat shit right there, bro. Yeah, you gotta decalcify your pineal gland, and I'm just like, okay. From fluoride, I'm like, well, fluoride, it would be fluoridated, not never mind. Don't stay in school. Some children were truly left behind, and George Bush will pay for his crimes one day.
I mean, some of those guys were conspiracy. I think was it Jack Kirby? I think that might have been a conspiracy theorist and stuff.
I just know Grant Morrison is. I know. You can't do ayahuasca and not be a freaking conspiracy theorist.
Don't you have to be on this? Don't you have to live on this planet to be a conspiracy theorist?
Burn. Yeah, this was absolutely just a bonkers. Like, holy crap! Like, I can't believe they let him publish this.
Well, again, I think
this should be like in a safe somewhere. This should have never saw the light of day.
Hard drive, is that what you're saying?
Should be locked up tighter than the Green K.
I think you're allowed to get away with a lot more as long as you slap Elseworlds on it.
I don't even think this should. I mean, it's an imaginary tale. They didn't even want Elseworlds on it.
Well, it's so funny because, like, for most part, Elseworlds were like one-issue things. This is a big. This is 4 issues.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
Hell. Oh yeah, and hey kids, yeah, there is this. All these 3 miniseries are collected in an omnibus. I got it on Amazon. God, the cover
price. Is it a hardcover?
It is hard.
You know, Mama loves a hardcover. I mean, trades are all fine, but you gotta have a hardcover.
You can F somebody up with this, Lilith.
You know, almost any DC hardcover could really serve as self-defense weapon.
But it was on sale on Amazon. It was like the cover was like $75. I got it for like $40.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale now, but it was.
I'd like to have all the floppies.
You know what? I have 2, 3, and 4 of this one. I don't have any of the other. Well, until I got this omnibus, I didn't have the other 2 miniseries. But yeah, I think I have 2, 3, and 4 of this first one. Somehow I missed one, and I picked up. I saw 2. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to DC. DC, they love a good omnibus collection. They have way more than Marvel. I do appreciate. Although some of it is a little redundant.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's nice to have the option.
Mm-hmm. All right, ready for the last one?
Deep breath, guys. We're almost there.
No mind. All right, so
let's do it.
Look at that cover, kids. All right, so Superman Batman Generations number 4, March 1999, same team.
And then the next one is like a hell of a jump.
Oh yeah, between this chapter and the next one, yeah. 1999, beginnings and endings.
We're gonna party like it's 1999.
Bruce Wayne Jr. as Batman is now held captive by Ra's al Ghul, or at least the person.
Damn, he's just collecting Batmans, ain't he?
Or at least the person now wearing the demon's head mask, and is surprised that instead of his adversary wanting to kill him, he now actually wants him to take his place. The man in Death's head mask now takes Bruce Jr. to the Lazarus Pit, where Ra's al Ghul had taken Bruce Wayne to 20 years earlier during their last encounter. The Lazarus Pit was what had given Batman's adversary long life, though it has given him madness in exchange for long life. Ra's proposed that both he and Bruce Wayne should go into the pit, though this will cause one of them to die while the other is given immortality. Without any choice except to be killed for refusing the challenge, Bruce Wayne went into the pit with Ra's al Ghul, experiencing the same pain as the fluids of the pit engulfed them, and Bruce, not letting go of Ra's, he tried to climb out of it.
Little backstabbing bitch.
He tried to back out, and Bruce Wayne's like, Ross is like,
I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels, so.
Roz's daughter, Talia, watched them both be engulfed by the pit. then soon raised the platform, only to reveal one body left on it, which turned out to be Bruce's. The man.
Oh, thank God.
The man.
I was getting tired of that man.
Exactly. Although I don't know if they're a thing or not, because Bruce is a lot older than her. A lot older than her in this. The man wearing... Well, that never stopped Byrne. The man wearing the demon's head mask then removes the mask to reveal himself as Bruce Wayne, now restored to the prime of his youth, although with a bit of a white streak in his hair.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
Bruce Wayne Jr. is surprised to find this out, as he was surprised that Bruce now had control of Ra's al Ghul's secret empire, manipulating it over the years so it now delivered food and medicines to needy countries instead of drugs. And now Bruce is intending to turn over control over the empire to his son for one single purpose: to become Batman again.
He's like, I got some news. I guess you guys don't get the news down here. You don't get a little CNN.
I think Bruce is just like, yeah,
little Channel 52 down here.
Bruce, yeah, come back, live in this mountain, run the thing. I want to be Batman again.
A dog with a bone.
Well, what if the son would be like, no, I don't want to. Soon, Bruce is back swinging over the buildings of Gotham in his Batman costume again, enjoying the sensation of his now youthful body being pushed to the limits as he instantly takes down a criminal with ease.
And you get crushed by a recycler, and you get hung by a bat plane.
I'm in shape and horny again, boys. Watch out.
Oh, God. Look out, Gotham.
He then goes over to Bruce Jr.'s penthouse apartment and activates the Phantom Zone projector to let loose Superman, giving him some time off from his 10-year sentence for good behavior. Clark is excited to see his old friend Bruce again, with his youth now restored, as is a 20-year-old Asian male adult who now calls himself Nightwing.
With a K!
With a K.
Bitches. And a hyphen, of course.
Exactly.
Like, your Marvel is showing, Byrne.
Although he addresses Bruce as being his grandfather, having been raised as Bruce Wayne Jr.'s son, Superman knows that he is actually his own grandson and says to the young man that he will make a fine heir to the House of L. With Bruce perplexed by Clark's decision to let the truth of Nightwing's heritage be known, the three of them now fly to the Ultra-Human Knight's metallic fortress, where Superman feels the answer lies to his enemy's taunts of having all of his powers. The fortress is sealed off by an impenetrable green shield, which Kal Rayner, the new bearer of the Green Lantern...
Boo! Get him out of here!
Since Alan Scott retired,
it could be Guy.
removes upon his arrival to help. As the four heroes enter, Kal uses the energy ring to scan the entire fortress for anything that might be what Superman is looking for. Nightwing spots a vial of liquid in a lab, which Kal confirms is resonating at the same frequency of radiation as kryptonite. Superman swallows the liquid and soon discovers that his strength powers have returned. With all his other powers restored as well, Superman mixes the same formula and gives it to his grandson for him to also have Superman's powers, although on a limited scale.
Of course, can't let the kids be great.
Well, he has those dirty human genes in him.
Yeah.
A month or so... Please, every House of L, all the male members of the House of L have had human wives, so.
It's a fetish.
Okay, exactly. A month or so later, Bruce and Clark watch Nightwing as he soars through the sky, getting used to his newfound abilities. He joins them on the roof of a building as Clark prepares to leave Earth to help countless other worlds who may be in need of him, believing that Earth will be in very good hands with its heroes present. As Nightwing watches Superman disappear beyond the limits of his telescopic vision, he has the feeling as if he is never going to see Superman again, but Bruce assures the young hero that he will show up from time to time, which will be
We're
next
gonna party
in the
like
next
it's
series.
2919.
Oh, yeah, because, kids, no 10-year jump this time. Now we jump to 2919. 1929. But we're going to talk about 1929. In a distant part of the galaxy, Bruce Wayne's bat-themed starship orbits a cold, inhospitable planet that his instruments detect as possibly being Superman's new fortress of solitude. Transporting down to the surface, wearing a portable force field, Bruce activates a secret door that turns out to be a platform that lowers him into the vast fortress filled with all sorts of mementos that his friend has collected over the past 9 centuries. Talk about a hoarder.
Oh, yeah.
Soon, Superman greets him with long white hair and some facial lines, noticing that Bruce is also slightly aging. long white hair.
Boo, long-haired Superman, boo.
Boo, long white-haired Superman, boo.
Bruce says that although the effects of the Lazarus Pit haven't worn off, he still ages 1 year every 100 years.
Damn.
I know. Superman says of himself that the older he gets, the slower his body ages.
Time to take a dip in that Lazarus pit.
Exactly. Right in the face, love. The two of them reminisce about their first actual encounter with each other in 1929. It wasn't 39 like that first issue, kids. Clark Kent joined a junket of journalism students in Gotham City where he met his future partner, Lois Lane, and his future friend, Bruce Wayne, the person behind the Gotham Gazette's essay contest, which Clark and the other students won. As Clark and Lois got to know each other as they toured through Gotham City looking for a story to write, a robot emerged from a nearby building on a rampage. Clark saw through his X-ray vision that the operator inside the robot was Lex Luthor. Telling Lois to stay safe near a doorway, Clark goes into action as Superboy.
Oh, Superboy!
To take the robot down. That is oh my god, what a hypocrite. Remember when Byrne rebooted Superman after Crisis? Like, no, he's never Superboy.
Exactly.
And now he's like, come on, Superboy. Soon the robot has Lois in its grasp, and as Superman told Luthor to let Lois go, Luthor responded by repelling Superboy with a flamethrower.
Who does he think he is?
Lilith Hellfire? Bruce, watching the action from the Gotham Gazette office building, summons Alfred the butler to bring the costume he's been preparing to wear.
Fetch me my costume, Alfred.
Soon, Bruce joins the action on the street in his colorful masked identity, also telling Luthor to let go of Lois. Luthor's robot tries to swat Bruce, but its arms can't reach where he is perched, and he is threatening to open the robot with a shaped charge. Luthor decides to retreat and thus take off on a seated hovercraft. Superboy tries to stop Luthor, but sees the robot is now running amok, and so deals with the robot by removing the arm still clutching Lois and then flying the machine to the moon where it is safely dumped. He returns to see that Bruce has helped Lois be freed from the robot's arm's grasp, but without risking exposing his true identity, he uses the name Lois has suggested for him, Robin.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. After Superboy, Robin, and Lois examine the building that the robot came out of, Lois has determined that it came from the laboratory of Dr. Erwin Stanislav. Superboy flies Lois to the lab, while Robin gets there by motorcycle, where they meet the scientist, who is all too eager to tell them about his former assistant, Rex Thorl, who has used his equipment to design a robot for robbing the Gotham City Bank. However, Superboy instantly detects the smell of speared gum and removes a face mask to reveal Lex Luthor underneath. He immediately grabs Lois and activates a helipack, which he intends to fly away. Superboy tries to stop him again, but this time Luthor pulls out a piece of kryptonite, which immediately weakens Superboy. As Luthor gloats over his victory of seeing his adversary fall, Robin bends a piece of metal into the shape of a boomerang and uses it to knock the kryptonite out of Luthor's hand, covering it with a lead pipe. Luthor then dumps Lois on the Robin and tries to make a getaway, but Superboy stops him by breaking one of the helipack's propeller blades and catches him in his fall. Soon the police arrive to take Luthor away, and before the heroes take off, Lois gives Superboy a kiss on the mouth. Returning to Smallville, Clark Kent decides that he's going to move to Metropolis instead of Gotham City. Hell of a kiss, which was where Lois was heading. Soon, Pete Ross comes in the door to tell Clark that Lana Lang has turned into a sorceress by using the magic wand her father found in Merlin's cave.
Oh, what a last-minute ditch on this one.
I know. Kawachi Cave by another name I love.
No, the college years where she turned, where what's her face?
Yeah.
It's a mess.
And so
it's also a little bit of Supergirl the movie.
Oh yeah. And so as Superboy, he chases after the transformed Lana, who invites him to join her in putting right all the ills of the world. After the reminiscing has ended, Bruce brings up the real reason he tracked down Clark. Things on Earth and in the galaxy had become too peaceful for them to make any more of a difference from all their efforts in the early years. And now they see greater challenges elsewhere as a team of heroes. It is then that
this is how Smallville should have been.
It is then that Superman shows Batman another ally who can join them, his wife Lana. She reveals that one of her magic spells has given her immortality and that she's never stopped loving Clark. Together, the three of them are ready to tackle whatever trouble they can manage to get themselves into. She's been tracking him for 700 years. What a stalker.
She's obsessed. He's got that superior stick.
Oh my.
Super stick, some might say.
I was waiting for Lilith to say, Attorney with a redhead? Okay.
Superior puss.
All right, thoughts?
Wild from start to finish.
I know. And again, if you're going to end on the Lana thing, like you're saying, don't just jam it in at the end there. But how about, if we're going to do a flashback story, how about having Lana in the flashback story? The whole story.
Literally the Hail Mary 13th hour play. I was just like, bro, You have all this time to do that, and that's what you just...
Well, I guess it's better than, oh, hey, Lois is alive. Nah, that's a robot I keep around.
I mean,
a little Hellfire
we
maneuver.
didn't see all the mementos. What's in that Matrix Bay? Don't worry about it.
That'd be Lilith. She'll be 1,000 years old. I know Joe Manganiello survived. Nah, it's his robot.
A clone, a robot, hybrid. Don't worry about it.
Joe Manganiello can get it.
But yeah, this one is wacky.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, kids.
Man, you just never know what you're going to get with John Byrne. Honest to God, like, it's such a wide variety of things that you could get.
Oh my, yes. Although I must say, yeah, we didn't get a ton of scantily clad women in this, so.
That was my biggest disappointment, especially considering that he was the artist on it and he was the writer on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he did so much work that I was just like, oh. I mean, maybe he was trying to show his growth. I don't.
Maybe. I can't remember if the second and third miniseries are more scantily clad. I really haven't read them, but I was going to say this show might have the least scantily clad John Byrne content this month. I don't know.
Sorry, Justin.
He's getting John Byrne Tiger. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He gets the better end of the stick on that one.
Hey-oh. All right.
There's just nothing to say, but what a John Byrne story.
Wow. And guess what, kids? 3 more weeks of it.
Ready to have your mind blown again?
Whoa! All right, kid. Just a bunch of dead bodies here. It ain't no.
Yeah, truly. Just
Although he couldn't.
Fire and ash, bro. he literally burnt it all to the ground.
Although he couldn't get away completely. He did have that, Supergirl doing it in the sky scene.
I mean, if you could, you would. Don't lie.
Yeah, I know. But I'm surprised it's Byrne. I'm surprised he didn't give us at least one panel her, like, ripping the,
He had other fish to fry, apparently.
I guess. Now I need more room for the dead bodies.
Yeah, he was on a burn it all down kick. He wasn't really worried about everything else.
That's right.
Byrne definitely started the fire.
All right, but yeah, next time, again, more Batman Superman Generations number 2, another 4-issue one, and then we'll do Batman Superman Generation 3, 1 through 6, and then Batman Superman Generations 3, 7 through 12. We'll break up that thing. There's a 12-issue one. Oh my god.
They were really on the John Byrne train.
That's right. All right, so send us your thoughts on all the John Byrne goodness.
Choo-choo! All aboard the John Byrne crazy train.
Oh my. All right, so send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch, the classic Capes and Lunatics merch. The merch. And of course, then don't anger that immortal threat. Rain ran the money on us, so Lilith doesn't have to come after you. Use the Cash App link. Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon, where again you can find exclusive, uncensored content, and if you are a Patreon member, you can suggest topics for us to discuss, as Justin has many times. Someone get that.
Be like Hootie.
Yeah, someone get that sweet old man on the phone. Tell me he'd send us something. All right, so subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics and find everything at tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. It's tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
Lilith, Blue Sky.
Yeah, find me on Blue Sky, little hellfire.bluesky, whatever.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
And I'm on the Blue Sky, Nightwing PDP, got Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network on Blue Sky, and a bunch of our friends on there. I know Will's on there. There's a bunch of us on there. So follow a bunch of us on Blue Sky.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
All right, everyone's still in shock. So thank you for joining us again. 3 more weeks of John Byrne here. Ooh, that's such a burn. All right, so join us again in 1 week. Yes, Superman Batman Generations 2. Another 4-issue, and then when we do 3, we'll split it into 2 parts. There's 12 issues of Byrne. You'll push back your Azrael episode a week, so. Can't hold on the burn. Alright, kids. Come back next time. Remember to join us. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
We are the night.
We are the night. The Batman Podcast. We're back, baby. Happy 2025.
Yeah. We ended the story of some nice old men.